Hey guys, it's SEC Sports Talk. We are back. 3 Sanchez men from 3 generations. I'm losing my voice because we've been arguing and talking and discussing all of our differences in this week's action. But before we get into that, though, we had such a big response from last week starting the episode with Poetle. We're going to do another one, right?
Right. Let's do it.
All right, Nick's got that under control. Welcome to the show, Anthony and Nick both.
All right. So as anyone that missed it last week posed the NBA player guessing game, we're going to start out by guessing one player, and then it's going to give us things that like what player that conference is in. What's right, what's wrong about it, height, position. Last week, I think we didn't talk enough for the podcast viewers about what we were saying, so we're going to try and change that this week.
Yeah,
I think we agree.
We'll try to describe it a little more.
Right.
Tell them again.
Yeah.
Tell them again.
Right.
Explain the color system and what that means.
So we're gonna guess a player. If we're right, which I doubt we're right the first guess, it'll tell us we're right. If not, it's going to tell us it's going to be green for what is correct. And it's going to be yellow for close, like if they're in the same division as that player, and then gray is just completely wrong. And yellow will also be close, like if you're 2 inches off, 2 numbers off of the jersey number.
It could be 1 or it could be 2, but if it's yellow, it's 1 or 2 away.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. It can't be 3. So
all right, let's do this.
Right. I think we agreed. I'm going to guess first. I'm going to guess someone who did lose this week. For the Bucks, I'm gonna guess Giannis.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, that was a good guess because we got the conference
East,
division
and a forward.
And he is so he's not on the Bucks. Obviously, his height isn't anywhere near 6'11". His jersey number is below 34 and age is above 27.
What's Zion Williamson's number?
Is he in? He's not in the East. Right. He's got to be in the Eastern Conference in the Central Division, who I believe are Pistons, Cavaliers, Pacers. Who's the other team?
Oh, this one's tough, man. These are some players no one's going to know of.
Who's on the Pistons? Who's a forward for the Pistons? Jeremiah Grant?
That's the only one I can think of.
You want to try that? I can't think of anything. Oh no, he's not above 27.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about
how tall is Kevin.
That's really important about this game is you got to look at everything. You got to look at all, 6 of the or 7 of the key things here. You got, if you get stuff in green, then for sure. Okay, well they're in the East, they're in the Central, they're forward.
Wait, is it cheating if you Google players?
Yeah, well, it should be. I mean,
okay.
Well, let's think. Okay, let's think. We got Cavaliers.
First-hand knowledge.
Who's on the Cavaliers? Who's above 27 that's a forward on the Cavaliers? That's shorter than 6'10". Or 6'9".
No, he's taller than that.
All right. No, Kevin Love doesn't work.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay, I can't think of anything. We say Pistons, but all the Piston guys are young, so I'm not gonna worry about Pacers.
We could just guess a team and see if that narrows it down.
Right. There's only one Pacer I can think of.
Buddy Hield.
Oh, he's a guard, ain't he?
Lance Stevenson?
Lance Stevenson's the only one I can think of. He's been there forever.
Who else?
What's the age? Above 27?
Yeah, so he's definitely 30-something, right?
He's definitely
or 29.
I don't know what
29, 30, 31.
Lance Stevenson's at
least
he's
older than that. Yeah,
32, 33.
I'm thinking 35.
Yeah.
I'm okay with Lance.
Let's try it.
It's okay. Because he's the only person I can think of. I can't think of the team I'm missing.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
It's Lance Stevenson, boys. What other teams are in the NBA division?
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Who else is in the?
It's the Bucks, Pistons, Pacers. And
who cares? We won.
Right, we got it.
Wait a minute. Where's
oh no, it's Bucks, Pistons, Pacers, Cavs.
Bulls. I would have had if I would have been messed up. I would have been messed up if I knew the Bulls were in the Central or remembered that, because I would have 100% messed that up hard.
Wow.
I only know out of all those teams, I only know like maybe 3 or 4 players. Lance
We
Stephenson's
thought we would
one.
never break 3 guesses that we got last week, and now we've got 2. Incredible.
Yeah,
not gonna happen again.
No,
Nick gets the MVP of that game.
right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Well, let's kick off the show then. Right off the bat, guys, we've got some Razorback news, Arkansas Razorback news. This week, U.S. News and World Report has ranked Fayetteville as the 7th best city to live in America and number 1 among Southeastern Conference teams. It's the 7th year in a row that Arkansas tops the list. Now, I also know, also it's like one of the best places to live in America financially, overall, the crime rate, all that as well. But in the SEC, it tops the list for the 7th year in a row. You think that helps us get recruits? You think they're looking at this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You gotta. That's like one of the big things to get players in is where you're located and whatnot. So
as big as the SEC has gotten, over the years, with teams like Alabama, LSU, Florida,
Georgia,
just some of the Georgia, just some of the more bigger name teams. For Arkansas to be up there is huge, because we all know, and anyone listening that's an Arkansas fan knows how it is and knows how it was in the past to be an Arkansas fan. It's rough. It is rough, but things are getting better. Northwest Arkansas, is growing, huge. It's becoming huge. Like, they have all kinds of things to do up there now. Not just, in Fayetteville near the campus and everything. Like, they have other little cities like Bentonville, Rogers, places like that where, they have all kinds of stuff to do there. They have the Walmart Amp that has a lot of concerts up there. They have Topgolf. Topgolf is, everyone loves Topgolf. It's fun to play, even if you don't know how to play golf. But they just have more interactive things for people to do. Plus, SEC, as big as it is, and Arkansas teams getting as good as they are, more people are like, well, hey, I think I have a chance at, making it somewhere at Arkansas.
Yeah, it's a good selling point to add to recruiting when you're ranked number 1 for the 7th year in a row. It's beautiful up there. There's so much to do up there now, when it used to just be a little town tucked away in the hills. Now, you're within just a few miles of everything that you could have, and it still has that hometown feel around the campus and everything. I love Fayetteville.
Yeah, I love that. I love that area. Of course, I'm closer there than you guys are, and it's about a 45-minute drive for me.
Plus, the weather's better there than it is in the rest of Arkansas because it's up in the hills. It's a little bit cooler. It's not
not as humid.
Not as humid. Plus, the Arkansas Naturals are there. The minor league team. They just have a lot of they have a lot of stuff there. Bass Pro Shops there now. Just have a lot of big name stuff that's there now, as opposed to where it was, early 2000s, 90s, so on and so forth.
I'll tell you another reason to want to live in that area. Check this story out. If you're a redneck, you're going to love this story. The baseball field, the baseball stadium, Baum Stadium, a self-proclaimed redneck, his name is Greg Harmon. He caught a loose raccoon in Baum Stadium with his bare hands. That's only going to happen in Arkansas, guys. You're safe from raccoons at baseball stadiums in Arkansas. It says he got bit, though, in the parking lot after being cheered by the fans as he held this up. I saw this video. He's walking it out. And but I'm trying to get it out of the stadium. It did turn to bite him, and it did. He said, though, that the bite didn't hurt as much as the rabies shot, and people are now being instructed not to pick up any raccoon or other wild animals at Baum Stadium. But it's good to know if there is one, there's more than likely a good redneck that's going to protect you.
Yeah, there's going to be signs at Baum Stadium now, like, please do not pick up raccoons.
Right.
This guy says he has to get a series of rabies shots now because of this, and the shots hurt. He said,
"Yeah." And everyone listening, if you've never been to Baum Stadium, they have a section there called the Hog Pen. The Hog Pen is like this is part of the left outfield. It's this huge area. It's just grass. It's like general admission tickets. Very inexpensive. You bring your own lawn chairs. You bring your own coolers, and they even have like grills out there that you can use. Like I've been out there before with people. We brought hot dogs, hamburgers, and we're out there just, grilling, having a couple, adult beverages, enjoying some Arkansas baseball. It's a lot of fun there. For a college baseball stadium, it's a lot of fun.
Hey, well, speaking of baseball, the Hogs baseball team entered last weekend with the longest active SEC home series winning streak at 12 games, but it did come to an end on Sunday as they were shut out 5-0 by number 24 Vanderbilt. Now, Arkansas and Texas A&M, they're both now tied for first atop the SEC with 3 games left to play coming up. I think the Hogs play tomorrow night, and then they'll end up on Sunday, I believe. I think that's when it ends, right?
I think Sunday. Yeah, I think Sunday. You're right.
Arkansas 37-14 overall, 17-10 in the SEC. So, what do you think for the Hogs? What's going on there? What's their future look like for the World Series this year? The College World Series.
I mean, they should have gone further than they did last year. Baseball's just hard to judge. I hope they do it this year. I mean, if it was my guess, they'd at least make it, to the finals of the College World Series. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I agree with Nick. Baseball is just one of those sports. I mean, especially in college, it's so unpredictable. I mean, you could be the white hot team going into the College World Series and get beat by like Coastal Carolina,
right?
That who's heard of them? Not really anybody. But that's how it goes. That's how it is in college baseball. Arkansas track record at the World Series has been decent. I mean, we almost, we all know we almost won the World Series. Man, when was that? 2018?
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, 2018 against Oregon State. And we all know how that went. And, I mean,
we don't talk about that.
Don't talk about that. Yeah. What was funny is that people that are listening, all 3 of us, me, Nick, and John,
Is he frozen or am I frozen? I think y'all are, so that means I'm frozen, I guess. All right, guys.
Right.
Guys, we got more Razorback news, this time on the basketball front. Ricky Council IV, he was the 2022 American Athletic Conference Sixth Man of the Year with Wichita State for 2 seasons, is now going to transfer to Arkansas. Check this out. He's 6'6", 240-pound guard. This guy is a highlight machine. He can dunk. I cannot wait to watch him. He averaged almost, let's go over the 2 seasons, 43.2% from the field. He averaged 10 points a game, 4.6 rebounds. Now, that's over the 2 seasons. However, last season, though, let's see, it says 12 points per game last year, 5.4 rebounds. He was 63rd in the nation in college basketball at free throw percentage, 84.9. Lord knows we need that at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Plus, he's smart, man. He made the ACC honor roll every year that he's been there. This kid is academics. He is basketball, athletic, the highlights. Man, this is going to be a crowd favorite. Mark my words, Ricky Council coming to Arkansas.
We just have so many weapons in basketball now. With a big guard like that, he's just going to be able to stop bigger guards when we need him to. It's just getting Everett Musselman the weapons to win next season.
The only thing I worry about is just if they can all get along.
Yeah, the
I
playing
think
time is going to be hard to distribute when you
I
have
know
this many.
I know the freshmen are going to be able to get along. I know all of them because they've already gotten along. Like that's the whole reason they're together now and going to Arkansas is because they met up. You know, they love each other. They're going to Arkansas. You know, but it's whether the older
The
guys are
kid,
going to be able to step away and let the freshmen take over some, but still be able to mentor them.
It's going to be the chemistry that I mean, you can have it's just like back. Let's go way back to '92 with the Dream Team when they brought in, the like Jamal Mashburn and who was Bobby Hurley. Who else was in that?
Leitner.
Now Leitner was already part of the Dream Team, so he wasn't a part of this. But yeah, they brought in a lot of the best, college basketball players at that time, and the Dream Team at that time, with all the talent they had on there, they just didn't have that chemistry. They didn't have the, didn't have what they needed.
You're not talking about the Dream Team of the best NBA players of all time.
Yeah.
You're saying they didn't have chemistry.
No, not at first. They didn't have chemistry. No, because Chuck Daly had brought in these college players, and the college players were destroying the starting lineup of the Dream Team, destroying them. They were beating them by I think it was 16 or 18 points or something. And then, but they figured it out. Obviously, they figure it out. But that's what I worry about. I worry about that. I worry about you have so many weapons on your team, about the chemistry and about how they're going to play together.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
No, real fast. I think Jalen Williams he hasn't said it. He's not said he's coming back or not, right? No,
he hasn't said at this point, which
I think he's going to be a big.
You don't wait this long.
I think he's going to be the big molding piece because he played a lot of minutes as a freshman. I think he's going to be the big, whether or not we're going to be able to have chemistry because he knows what it's like to play big minutes and then coming into seeing Redder now. You
don't see Musk going after centers. Of course, that's not his style.
Unfortunately, but
he'd rather play that small ball, that fast ball. But Jalen, I think he's depending on Jalen coming back. Maybe he knows something we don't. But I got to tell you this too, though. Nick Smith ranked as now the number one prospect of the class of 2022. He moved from 5 to 1. After his McDonald's All-American and Jordan Brand performances. This is according to 247sports.com. So he is now the number one ranked player for 22 or prospect. Now, Nick, he also joins Corliss Williamson as the highest rated player ever by Arkansas to get signed by Arkansas. Corliss was the 1992 National Gatorade Player of the Year and was either the number 1 or number 2 prospect on all the nation, or I should say by all the recruiting services in the nation at that time. So Nick Smith, wow, this is big. Arkansas, this is big. This is huge.
He also took over Al Jefferson's spot as the number 1 in 24/7 sports history for Arkansas, which is insane. So
it says here also. Go ahead, Anthony.
I was just going to say, I read this the other day. They didn't start the whole star rating until the early 2000s. So, back when Corliss, of course, when he was coming up, he would have been our first 5-star recruit by far.
Right.
I think the first 5-star recruit we have in the books was was it? I can't remember. I always butcher his name. It's like Ola Falutimi or Falutimi was our first, and then of course Al Jefferson and Bobby Portis and so on and so forth.
Yeah, of course. Now this they're picking from recruiting services, not the 5-star system.
Right.
Okay.
But I got to tell you, Nick Smith, he is currently listed as the top collegiate player, 3rd overall in the 2023 NBA draft, according to ESPN.com and NBADraft.com. He's expected to go 3rd overall. And plus, we're not done. Now, Black is listed as the 5th the 5th overall pick while Wash is listed as the 11th overall pick right now by NBADraft.com predictions. I mean, we have got some studs. Better enjoy this season though, because they're going to be gone.
Well, on
We're the
24/7 Sports, they're 1, 3, and 4 for our overall.
Well, right now,
prospects ever.
24/7 Sports has them.
No, I'm talking about for in our history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is insane.
ESPN.com has them Wash and Black at 16th and 17th overall, but NBADraft.com has them.
Yeah, we're gonna be the new Kentucky.
We have the possibly the 3 best players we have ever seen at Arkansas, because one didn't go to Arkansas. So actually, they're top 3 to ever attend Arkansas so far, if they do attend, which I imagine they will, which is going to be insane to think about. So,
yeah.
We're looking like Kentucky this year. Well, not hopefully last year's Kentucky, but 2012, 2011 Kentucky.
Yeah, we're talking about John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Kentucky.
Anthony Davis, Kentucky.
Anthony Davis. Yeah.
Yeah. So
all right. Well, let's move on to baseball. What's going on? Woo-hoo. Anthony's our resident baseball guru.
That is right. I am the guru of gurus. All right. No, I'm just kidding. Cardinals baseball still going strong, playing the Mets right now. Last I saw is 2-2. Of course, Mets one of the best teams in baseball right now. The series is tied up 1-1. We had a doubleheader yesterday. Lost the first game 3-1. Won the next game. I want to say it was 4-2. 4-3.
They're also losing 6-2 right now. The Mets Cardinals are, unfortunately.
All right.
He's going to reach next to that screen and just grab you right now.
If anybody wants me to reach to this screen and punch Nick in the face, comment below, because it will happen. See, this is why we're brothers.
Right.
This is why we're brothers. Anyway, 43.
Reach your right hand. Just take your right hand and just reach right over. Yeah, there you go.
Steven Matz got the win yesterday. I want to say the second game. The first game, who was that? Was that Dakota? I think it was Dakota. Got the Laws. Yeah, Dakota got the
Laws. Miles.
Anyway,
whatever his name is.
Yeah. Anyway, good news is that Wainwright's back on the mound. He got off the COVID list. He's, back with Yachty, and they did surpass to be the greatest battery or the greatest starting battery of all time, which is, we've talked about this before, that's huge. I mean, you don't see that. You really don't see that. The same pitcher and same catcher together on the same team for the longevity of their career. You just don't see that. And it's a great accomplishment, and proud of them both and everything, especially Wayno. He's not throwing as hard as he used to, but man, what he throws, it's accurate and it's precise. They did come out today with the MLB trajectory for like the award trajectory, and of course, MVP right now goes to Manny Machado, with the Padres, because he's just playing dynamite right now. He can do no wrong. It seems like. Let's see, Nolan Arenado still killing it for the Cardinals. Harrison Bader, I mean, he's going to turn out to be. He's a young player, and he's going to turn out to be probably. I'm a huge fan of Jim Edmonds. I think he's one of the greatest center fielders that ever played all time. His arm was next to none, but man, the way Harrison Bader's been playing, he could surpass Jim Edmonds as my top pick for center fielders. It's just he's so fast, and his bat's on point right now that But let's see, Bryce Harper, of course, he sustained an injury that he's going to be out for at least probably 2 to 3 months. I would say, maybe even longer, because they're giving him 6 weeks right now, Nick.
Right, yeah, 6 weeks
before he can even throw a baseball. So, that's that's a big injury for him right now. But other than that, I mean, still early. Yankees are doing good right now. Of course, the Mets. The Mets doing good. Dodgers doing good. One of the biggest surprises for me is the Reds, and I know they're in the Central with the Cards. But man, I don't know. What's going on with that organization, especially after what they did last year. But they are just, they're the worst team in baseball right now. And it's just, it's surprising to me. But, still early. A lot of teams have a lot of time to turn around. And,
I got a question for you, baseball related. Should baseball players be allowed to wear more than one necklace?
No,
playing?
I don't think they should be allowed to wear one. I don't think they should be wearing any jewelry or anything like that. I'm glad that if y'all remember back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, like when a player would step outside.
Nick, you remember that?
No.
Nick remembers. I showed him. I was like, when this guy steps out of the batter's box, he's going to take 15 minutes to go through his whole routine, of doing his gloves and, wiping his shoes and all this other stuff. And I'm glad they gave him they didn't necessarily make it official, hey, you have this time limit, but they made it known, hey, we're going to say something if you take him too long. I mean, they still do the glove thing, but it wasn't nowhere near as long as it used to be. And I would get so irritated at that. I would just be like, oh, why?
Hold on, I caught a raccoon. Wait a minute.
Whoa!
This raccoon I just caught.
Whoa, it's going to bite you. It's going to bite you.
Yeah, I don't want my rabies shots. I'm sorry. It just jumped up on me and got me there.
Yeah, no, I don't think you should be able to wear
no necklaces at all, because now it's getting we're going to see Mr. T out there soon. I mean, some players have 3, 4, 5 necklaces on.
I want to say Barry Bonds was that way, early in his career, not when, later in his career, but early in his career.
Before the steroids.
Yeah. Was, I want to say he was Deion. I know for sure Deion Sanders was like that.
Right.
I would have 3 or 4, necklaces on. But yeah, I don't think they should be.
I don't know. Why? It's like football. Football is even more so should not be wearing.
They're getting used to you couldn't wear jewelry when you played football. Now
there's people wearing golden. There's people wearing golden necklaces and diamond necklaces. I'm like, dude, I could rip that off so easily if being in football just to make you upset.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be an injury risk.
Right.
Here's the problem that they have, especially now, because back when Nicholas was a kid, say, you're a first round pick, not first overall, say you're a first round pick, they didn't have as much guaranteed money back then, right? Fast forward to now, you have, say, Joe Burrow, first overall pick. He gets $24 million guaranteed.
Right.
As soon as he gives his bank account over to the Cincinnati Bengals, what do? They transfer, within minutes, $24 million to his bank account. So it's what are you going to do? You're going to go out, you're going to, money ain't an option. You're going to go and get this, go and get that, and I mean, I just don't think it should be allowed. I think all major sports should have a rule where you can't wear like wedding rings. Now that they have the silicone ones, I think those will be okay, but not the chains. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I think metal wedding rings, especially for baseball, that'd be a little much. You get hit in the hand, that could be a huge injury risk if it's metal. But we're going to talk about Pujols entering the top 10 in hits, and the other thing he broke, where he's the only other player besides Babe Ruth to pitch 3 outs. Yeah,
pitch 3 outs.
600 home runs. Only 2 players in history, and one's arguably the greatest of all time in most people's books, which is amazing.
Bambino.
Right.
Yeah. Well, see, the other night when they were playing the Giants, which usually the Giants are, the Cardinals' kryptonite, but they were playing Rondon, the Giants' top ace, and he's one of the best pitchers in baseball right now. And I mean, they were lighting him up, everyone got a hit off of him, or, I think Goldschmidt and Arenado got a home run off of him. And yeah, they were talking about that then. They were talking about, Pujols hits and everything. Cause I mean, but I mean, that's why he's considered one of the greatest hitters to ever play the game.
He's top 10 in my book. I'm a Cardinals bias, but he's the top 10 player in MLB history in my book.
Yeah, because you got to remember, because I mean, he played what'd you say? He played not half his career, but he played probably 30-40%, with the Angels of his career. And then he played for the Dodgers, and now he's just back with the Cardinals, Right. So I mean, it wasn't just all Cardinals, It wasn't like, he had a Hall of Fame resume when he left the Cardinals. I mean, it was going there, but then he went to the Angels and just kind of kept it going. So, I mean, that's, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he's top 10 in my book by far, Right.
Well, I've got more news here. NBA action. Of course, we got the playoffs, but hold your thoughts before we get to the playoffs, because I've got some pretty big news that's going around right now in the NBA. There's some controversy, a little bit wondering what's going to happen with who used to be the biggest name in basketball coming out of college, Zion Williamson.
I don't know.
Yes. So he's played 85 total games in his first 3 seasons. That's all, 85 games. Good. But it's almost time where he can sign an extension. Now, if you are the Pelicans, do you sign him for this extension? Do you still make him the centerpiece of your team? Check this out. 25.7 points per game, 7 rebounds, 3.2 assists. He's 60.4% from the field, 33.3% from the 3-point line. He will be extension eligible this summer. Now, he says that he will jump at the chance to sign with the Pelicans. Now, the question should be, do they want to extend him with knowing he's injury prone?
Where he's at, I mean, I would jump at it too, because there's not many teams that are going to sign him for a huge contract right now. I mean, there are plenty of teams that would, but you're got a 50-50 chance with that so far. If I were the Pelicans, I guess I would sign him. I mean, what else are they going to do?
Look what they did this year. I mean, they took Phoenix to 6 games in the playoffs this year. I mean, they built a pretty good.
If they had Zion, I almost would have picked them to win over the Suns. Almost, even though Suns are my favorite team. But yeah, Zion, it's tough, man. That you haven't even played an average of 30 games a season. That's hard to want to sign an extension for that team. So, or that team to want them to sign him.
Are they going to offer him what they would have? Are they going to offer him what he thinks he is worth now? So they still have to come to an agreement. Now, you look at it. Here's an example from the past, though. The 76ers did it with Joel Embiid. His first couple of seasons, his first 2 seasons, he only played 31 games, but they still offered him a 5-year contract for $146.5 million. They took a risk on him. Looks like it's kind of paying off. Do you do that with Zion?
You also got to just look at their medical team. I mean, are they going to have the same money to put towards like his medical treatment? You would think so, but not every team's created equal, as the 76ers did with Joel Embiid. So I don't know. How
bad would that be after the Pelicans have spent all this money rehabbing him and getting him back in shape for all these seasons if he decided to leave? That would be horrible.
Right. I mean, if they can't come to terms with money, I mean, they're going to have to. I mean, he probably thinks he's worth almost a max contract, but it's hard to say that when you haven't played enough games to prove it.
Yeah, but some of these teams that are struggling, they'll pay that max.
Oh, right.
To take a risk on
Zion.
They'll
have to. Like the Houston Rockets, they have to do something.
They'll pay it for just his notoriety. I mean, because people will come. I mean, he go to Chicago and people, flock to the stadium just to see Zion. It doesn't matter if he plays or not. Yeah,
the Lakers,
not just ticket sales, but the memorabilia, the T-shirts, the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lakers will have the money to pay him probably. The Knicks will have money. Knicks have like the second. I don't know if they still do, but they did have the second highest cap salary space or just cap in general. So
Yeah.
there's so many teams that could pay him and it'd be nothing just for the money to get to make money back. So
yeah, I hope he can make it because a lot of larger guys don't make it a long time in the NBA. I still say, and I said this when he was drafted, I said, you watch, he's going to be injured. He's going to have a lot of injuries. His career's not going to go as long unless he loses some of that weight. But I don't know that can be as dominant without that weight. I think with Zion, you just got to take him for as long as you can get him, whether that's 5, 6 good years or 10 years or whatever it may be, and take that. He's worth the risk. I think he's proven.
Right.
I don't think so. I don't think he is.
No.
No.
I know his security guy I didn't like when he backed me up from him and pushed me off of him because I saw right there next to Zion.
I like Zion as a person. I wish the best of as a person wise, but as a player, yeah, if he can get his health in check, he'll be great. But it's just so hard to judge players if they're gonna be healthy or not.
This is why one thing I do love about the NFL is the franchise tag.
Right.
This is why I wish like NBA would have like something similar,
they need
a franchise tag, because this would be a perfect, opportunity. Okay, well, we're going to put you on the franchise tag. Let's see what you can do, and then we'll talk about your extension.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect. They do need that. I mean, it makes sense.
I hope he comes back though. Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum are there. They got a young supporting cast. I think they're kind of similar to Memphis in that regard. If they can just get him healthy, once Memphis got everyone healthy, you saw what they could do. So yeah, I think those are the two teams to watch for if Zion comes back. I'd love to see that. So
I mean, I put them. They get a 4th seed in my opinion. If Zion stays healthy 80% of the year, 4th seed or above.
Yeah,
if they have the same team, there's a lot of ifs there, but
yeah. Well, we're down to 4 teams now in the NBA playoffs, and all 3 of our picks are out.
Right.
None of us picked the champ. I picked the Bucks. Nick picked Phoenix. Anthony picked the 76ers. All 3 of them are out.
and unfortunately, I'm a huge Phoenix fan, so that's just that's a tough one. Tough to be a Suns fan throughout the entirety of their franchise history.
But I will say my favorite team. Everyone knows I'm a huge Steph Curry fan. I have tons of my team. Although I didn't pick them to win it, I still don't know that they can win it. But I still have kind of a team in it. But who do you think right now, guys? Let's look at this. We got the Dallas Mavericks at the Golden State Warriors. In fact, they are kicking off tonight. They're playing probably right now.
They're up by Golden State is up by 12. 2 minutes left in the half. So
don't matter.
They're in game 1 right now, and you got the big matchup: Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, who I believe is the best player in the world right now. I'm saying right now, not for the season, although that's arguable too. Who do you guys think? Who wins that matchup, Curry or Luka Doncic? Who's going to score more points or average more points?
If we're talking about scoring, Luka maybe because he doesn't have the cast around. He doesn't have Jordan Poole. He doesn't have Klay Thompson. He doesn't have all those players, so he'll score more. I think Golden State will win based off their offensive ability. I thought the Suns were going to be able to beat Dallas based off their defense, but I think Golden State will win off their offense. So
okay. Anthony doesn't think so. He disagrees.
The Dallas. I told you Dallas is going to beat Phoenix.
Yeah.
Rewind the tape. I told you like 2-3 episodes ago that Dallas was going to beat Phoenix. And what happened? Dallas beat Phoenix. And what happens now? Dallas beats Golden State. This is Luka's time. It's his time to shine, and nobody can stop him. Luka is unstoppable. Luka is unstoppable.
The thing that everyone's not looking at, they're just looking at the offense. You got to look at these teams' defense, and I think that's something Dallas. They just shut down Phoenix that last game. Although I think Nick would say that Phoenix kind of beat themselves along with that.
Coaching couldn't shoot from the 3. Couldn't make open layups. They just weren't doing what Phoenix normally does. they were trying to get to the basket and miss open layups and take wide open mid-range shots and miss, and they weren't doing that. So that's what Chris Paul does. That's what Mikal Bridges does. They shoot wide open mid-range shots and they make them. They weren't doing that. They weren't doing it.
Yeah.
Well, Golden State plays almost the same offense.
Right. You just have
that'd be pretty close.
I agree. They shoot a little bit more threes than Phoenix does.
Yeah.
Crowder also fumbled the bag, in my opinion, overall for Phoenix.
Yeah, Crowder.
He's my least favorite player on Phoenix. I don't think he's a starter in the NBA on all the teams in the playoffs for sure. He could probably start for the Rockets or the Magic, but any player could start for them at this point. So
what I think is going to be the key for this series, and I don't know if they have because I haven't watched it tonight.
Right.
But if they put Green on, is it Green? Yeah, on Luka Doncic.
Oh, Draymond.
If they put Draymond on Luka Doncic, will he be able to stop him, or at least? And you're never going to shut him down, but will he irritate him enough to get him off of his game?
He might be able to keep him 30 points, but that's probably about it.
Luka's not shooting the best right now, and he's also he does have 17 points,
40-something points in his last 3 games. I think.
Yeah,
he has 17 points, but his over under is -15, so he's doing something wrong. So
yeah. I mean, but I agree with Nick though. Dallas doesn't have a supporting cast like other teams like Golden State has, Boston, Miami. They're pretty close to Dallas. I mean, at least they got,
It reminds me of the song "If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right." I'm Luka. Hey, I'm going with Luka to score. But like you said, I think it's going to come down to defense. Who shuts them down the most?
Stephen A, speaking of that real fast, he was arguing JJ Redick was saying that Luka's probably the best offensive player in the league right now, which I disagree with. I think Kevin Durant is still the best offensive player in the league. If you're talking about pure scoring, we're not talking about
capability. Maybe
he's
his
6'11".
Attitude has dropped him. He is not the same attitude-wise.
Well, I just, if I'm going to want someone to score consistently, I would pick Kevin Durant. Not obviously.
2 years ago, I would have picked. 3 years ago, I would have picked Kevin Durant.
I just don't. I think Luka in 2 years maybe. He's got to shoot a little bit better. He shot great this year comparatively, but shooting. He's got to shoot a little bit better. I think he's shooting better,
and he's got to stay healthy. He was out for a little while, not just in the playoffs, but I mean regular season. He was out for a little while too.
I just think that he's getting better at bringing the team together. Where he used to just be a scorer, now he's a facilitator. He's running the offense. You'll notice.
I think he's doing what Russell Westbrook should have done and be more of a team player. Which everyone likes him. Now I don't know if anyone necessarily liked Russell for his personality, but everyone likes Luka. I don't dislike Luka as a person. He's a great person. When it comes to just outside off the court, but
his size for what he does, to me, he's kind of got the skills of a Larry Bird and a Magic Johnson all in one with the 3-point shooting of Steph Curry. I mean, he maybe not that great, but you know what I'm saying.
They're always going to, him being in Dallas, they're always going to pin him up against Dirk. Right. I mean, Dirk's the greatest Dallas player, ever, and they're always going to be like, well, was he as good as Dirk? Can he do this as Dirk? Can he do that as Dirk? It doesn't matter, anything. His big thing is, he's going to, have to prove that he can do what Dirk did and even better.
Well, he's going to have to win.
There. Yeah, Dirk was at when they won the.
He's going to have to win this. He's going to have to win a championship at least once or twice. So I mean, he might win it this year, but if he doesn't, he's going to have to bring 2 championships to be better in Dirk, or 1 at least.
Yeah. Well, and we got 2 East teams that could, prove him wrong too.
I have Miami the Heat and the Celtics.
Yeah.
Which I
Miami's up a
personally
game already, 1-0 over the
right.
Celtics.
I know they're already up a game, but the Bucks I think took game 1 as well for the Celtics. I think the Celtics are going to win that series. They keep proving defense is going to win so far. So
Ooh, see, I'm going opposite. I'm going Miami. They're too strong.
even after the
Defensively,
Celtics beat the team you picked and stopped Giannis,
yes.
but
I know, and that's a big thing. And to me, I'm gonna say the winner. Really, I can't say that. I started to say whoever wins this series goes on to win the championship, but I
For the
can't
East?
say that. Yeah, I can't say that though. And I'm looking back at this. I can't say that.
We said that. We said that before about the winner of the Bucks Celtics. Like whoever wins this, this playoff is going to go to the finals and win everything, which still could be the case because I think on paper, on paper, Celtics have a way better team than Miami.
Yeah,
I mean Miami, of course, has Jimmy Butler who's playing lights out. Tyler, what's his name? Hero,
right?
Yeah, who's playing awesome.
What's their center? Starts with
Bam.
A.
Bam
Adebayo. Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah.
He's playing great
playing
on the
good.
boards right now.
But on paper, when you put them next to one another, like just Boston has that edge, and it's just if that edge comes out in this, in this series, that's what it comes down to. I'd like to see Dallas and Boston. I think that would be a good matchup because you got the best defense against just Luka, who's right now. I'm talking about right now. I'm not talking about the whole season. I'm talking about right now. As an offense, it's Luka. That's it. I know Jimmy Butler did 40 the other night, but Luka, since he's been back from injury, has just been playing lights out.
Well, I'm kind of I would rather see Luka against Jimmy Butler, or I'd rather see the Warriors' whole offense against the Celtics' whole offense. That's what I would like to see. Either one of those matchups. I don't know if I'd like the other ones.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I'd like the Mavericks versus the Celtics as much, or the Warriors versus the Heat as much as I would like just those two scenarios.
Yeah.
So
if I had one more team, I would throw in there. I would love to see Dallas play the Flint Tropics. I think that would
be yes.
I mean, if you look at it like Luka against Jackie Moon, that's
basically the same player.
That's basically the same player. You got Coffee Black, you got Motson. I mean, what more do you ask for?
They're going to have the cleanest uniforms because they got that washing machine back there.
Yeah. And at halftime, they have the pet and bear that everyone can go see. All
right, so, you got to make your picks, guys. I'm going to write these down right now because our picks will guarantee that the other team will win. But we're going to make it anyway.
Right.
Nick, go first. Dallas and Golden State. Who wins the series and how many games?
Golden State, and I think it's going to be 4-3. It's going to go 7.
Okay.
Warriors.
I'm gonna say Dallas 4-3.
Dallas 4-3.
Yeah, I don't think either one of these go, like a 4-2. I think they both go 4-3.
Agreed.
I'm saying Golden State 4-3.
Right.
I got to go with that one. All right, let's go to Miami and the Celtics.
So the Celtics, I've been praising them constantly throughout this entire podcast. Every episode, I've been talking about their defense. So they were my second pick if I had to pick one, probably, and they were definitely I'd say 4-3 them over the Heat.
Okay.
All right, Amber Heard. We'll
objection. Hearsay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Celtics because I said back when they were playing the Nets that they were probably the best team in the playoffs.
I said they had the best defense, and that's why I like them so much.
Objection. Leading the witness.
How many games, Anthony?
I know it's my question, but
I think you said 4-3.
Oh, 4-3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I don't think, like I said, I don't think either series goes 4-2.
It would be surprising if so. That'd be very surprising.
Somebody would have to get hurt.
Luka,
either
Jason
tonight
Tatum.
or either tonight or the next game. I wouldn't think that. I think Boston can still go 4-3 against Miami, but I think Miami losing Jimmy Butler and then of course Dallas losing Luka, that would be a 4-2, scenario.
That must be a 4-1 scenario if they get hurt like tonight or something or tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going Jimmy Butler in Miami 4-3. Miami wins that one. That's what I'm going.
Right.
I gotta go. Jimmy Butler's just too tough right now. Their defense is on fire. I will say this, that Miami and the Celtics are probably two of the best defensive teams, at least right now. Maybe not in the regular season, but at least, and well, of course, Boston was in the regular season, but Miami has really stepped up their defensive game, and I think that's what it's going to come down. Who can shut down the other's leading score? That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, I think the Boston was the best defensive team.
They were
overall, right?
Yeah,
Boston's the best defensive team that's playing right now by far.
Yeah. They have too many players. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They both give 100. They all give 110%.
Yeah.
And Al Horford.
Right, Al Horford.
Don't forget about Al Horford. Yeah.
I think his minutes aren't as high because of his age due to his stamina. But yeah, when he's on the court, he gives 110%.
Yeah, he still he plays 20 to 27-ish minutes a game, but he still racks in double-double.
I love how these older players just shooting the three now. Blake Griffin, Al Horford, all of them. I love it.
Well, before we go, I hear the buzzer. We're counting down. Anybody got any final words?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. I think we're all depressed. We got our picks wrong, and we were wrong.
Yeah.
None of them even made it to the conference finals, unfortunately.
Oh, there it is, the final buzzer. There it goes, guys. It's been another awesome week here. We'll be back next week with more SEC Sanchez Entertainment Channel Sports Talk. We'll see you guys next week.
That's the bottom line. The Sanchez Entertainment Channel said so.